Do you want to know that your child is autistic or not, and how the diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder is done? Then watch this video till the end for holistic approach for diagnosis of autism based on DSM-5. Good morning friends, I am Dr. D.K. Rai. Today I am going to talk about the holistic approach for diagnosis of autism based on DSM-5. DSM-5 is Diagnostic and Statistical Manual 5th edition made by the American Psychiatric Association to standardize the criteria to help in diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder. In this criteria, child must have persistent deficit in each of 3 areas of social communication and interaction, plus at least 2 of 4 types of restrictive repetitive behaviors. In social communication impairment, deficit in social emotional reciprocity, deficit in non-verbal communicative behavior, deficit in developing, understanding and maintaining relationships. And in restrictive repetitive behavior, 4 criteria are repetitive motor movement, insistence on sameness and ritualized pattern of verbal and non-verbal behavior, highly restricted fixated interest, and hyper or hyporeactivity to sensory inputs. These are the 4 criteria in which 2 must be met, and social communication impairment 3 criteria must be met for diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder. Now, how this diagnosis is done? By the clinician. Clinician usually does first hearing screening, because hearing impairment not only affect the learning but they could also impact speech and language development of your child, and also the social behavior is also affected. Second is the developmental and cognitive testing is done by a holistic assessment is needed to determine whether an individual meets full criteria of autism spectrum disorder or not. For children under the age of 6, IQ is variable, but after the age of 6 it is approximately stable. Screening or testing gives an approximate idea of developmental level of the child in comparison to typically developed child. Because ASD is a developmental disorder, evaluators required to know what a child's overall developmental level is before they can determine social communication developmental plan. Next is the speech and language assessment. An evaluation of speech and language functioning is important for the diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder. Usually speech and language pathologist plays with the child, and SLP focus on 2 individual aspects. Number 1 is language and number 2 is speech. Language includes ability of a child understanding, that is receptive functioning, and other is speaking, that is expressive functioning, as well as the child pragmatics, grammar, and how the child is using the language he or she has to communicate with others. Speech also includes articulation, stuttering, lips, volume, speed, etc. Clinicians are also interested in how children uses language socially to share interest and excitement and to ask for help, because we live in a verbal world. Problem in any aspect of speech and language functioning have important implication for everyday life. Next is parental interview. Parental interview is very important for clinician, done by the help of questionnaires. These questionnaires and interview help to provide some reference and background for current concerns of parents. Usually questions are asked about pregnancy, labor, delivery of the child, developmental milestones, medical illness such as seizure, serious infection, chronic conditions, loss of consciousness, injury, picky eating and sleep behavior. Family and medical history is also asked from the parents and any sibling is also affected or not in the family. Next is child observation. It is also an important aspect because clinical observation of the child are made either within school or home. These observations are particularly important because the clinician can collect vital information regarding the child's behavior and symptoms to help identify the correct diagnostic classification. While parent report is extremely valuable, an evaluation is not considered to be holistic without direct child observation by clinician in his or her clinic. Next is adaptive functioning. Adaptive functioning refers to the assessment of functional skill in everyday life in order to assess the level of independence. When evaluating about a child's adaptive functioning, it is important to focus on a child's typical performance rather than his or her optimal or best ability. The adaptive functioning evaluation usually targets areas like functional communication, writing skill, self-help skill, social skill development, and work skill in older individuals. These independent living skills are usually a focus of intervention. Next is genetic testing. Due to high rates of genetic conditions or abnormalities in children on the autism spectrum disorder, clinicians routinely recommend genetic testing. In fact, the American College of Medical Genetics and Genomics has recommended genetic testing for all children with developmental disabilities, including autism spectrum disorder. Screening genetic condition may help to clarify the child's learning and behavioral profile, thereby allowing for more focused intervention depending on the individual being assessed. A clinician may recommend that other elements also be tested. These may include motor skills, an evaluation of fine, that is finger movement, and gross, large muscle movement. Motor skills can also be important to help determine if difficulties in these areas are causing downstream effects on learning and behavior as well as adaptive functioning. These skills are often assessed by an occupational therapist or physical therapist. Next is executive functioning. It is a cognitive process that is responsible for purposeful, goal-directed, problem-solving behavior. Problem in this area can lead to difficulty in changing from one activity to another, controlling emotions, and getting schoolwork done. Many children with autism spectrum disorder have difficulty in this area. Knowing which areas of executive functioning a child is struggling with help in targeting interventions. Last is neurological testing. Neurological testing can provide important information regarding neurological, brain and nervous system processes or abnormalities that may be affected. Techniques like neuroimaging have helped to identify brain differences or structural abnormalities, which can be important and quantifiable for behavioral learning impacts. Neuroimaging and EEG are not standard components of an autism spectrum disorder assessment but may be recommended if any neurological symptoms are observed. Neuroimaging tests include MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, MEG, magnetoencephalography, and functional MRI. Then EEG, electroencephalography. After detailed evaluation and assessment by holistic approach, we could reach not only to a proper diagnosis but also a customized intervention plan. If you want a diagnosis by holistic approach, you can book an appointment for online consultation. Link will be given in the description, or you can call at 9773935777. If this video is helpful for you, you can like this video, subscribe the Best Health Tips channel and share with your friends. Thank you for watching the video.